Have you ever lain awake at 2 a.m., heart quietly racing, replaying a conversation that went completely fine, yet your mind refuses to let it rest? You're exhausted, but sleep won't come, because somewhere inside it still feels unfinished. Or maybe you catch yourself writing 10 different versions of a conversation that hasn't even happened yet, worrying about outcomes you can't possibly control. One innocent text arrives, and your brain instantly turns it into a full-length emotional drama. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're definitely not broken. But here's the truth. Most people never say out loud. That constant noise in your head, it's not a flaw. It's the sound of a mind that has always cared too much. Some of the most thoughtful, perceptive, and emotionally aware people carry a mind that simply refuses to switch off. They don't overthink because they're anxious or flawed. They overthink because their brain is wired to scan, predict, protect, and understand everything around them. You know that feeling after a normal coffee catch-up with a friend, and later you replay every word, wondering if you said something slightly off, or lying in bed after a team meeting, mentally rewriting what you should have said, even though no one seemed upset, or staring at a short reply from someone you love. And your mind builds an entire story about what they might really be thinking. You're not alone in these quiet moments, and it can feel so heavy carrying them by yourself. Today, we're gently exploring the psychology of people who think too much. What's really happening inside that busy mind, why it started, the hidden gifts it carries, and how you can finally live more peacefully with it. Let's start with what's actually going on. This pattern is often called rumination. Your mind gets caught in repeating loops about the past, social moments, or uncertain futures. Researchers have found that chronic overthinkers usually have very strong pattern recognition abilities. Their brains are constantly searching for meaning and potential threats, trying to solve problems before they even appear. Neurologically, the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and self-reflection, stays highly active, even when you're trying to rest. At the same time, the default mode network keeps that inner voice running nonstop. The result? A mind that always feels on. But here's where it gets interesting. For many of us, this didn't begin in adulthood. It started as a smart survival strategy in childhood. If you grew up where moods shifted without warning, where mistakes felt dangerous, or where love and safety felt uncertain, your young nervous system learned a very logical lesson. Think ahead. Predict everything. Maybe then I won't get hurt. So overthinking wasn't a flaw. It was a brilliant protective adaptation. A vigilant radar system built by a child who just wanted to feel safe. The deeper truth is this. Your mind learned early that thinking equals safety. It turned worry into a form of love for yourself and for the people around you. Not all overthinking feels the same, though. There's reflective thinking, turning inward to understand yourself and grow. When it's balanced, this becomes a real superpower. It creates deep self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Then there's brooding rumination, the heavier spiral that goes nowhere. Most of us move between both. And because the thinking feels productive, it's easy to slip from useful reflection into exhausting loops without noticing. Here's something surprising. Your brain actually rewards this process with tiny hits of dopamine. Every new scenario, every mental argument. It feels like you're doing important work. That's why it's so hard to stop. It creates the illusion of progress, even when you're stuck. But here's the beautiful part. People who think too much are often incredibly perceptive. They notice the subtle emotional shifts in a room. They sense how their words might land. They care deeply about doing the right thing. That same powerful mind that exhausts you is also what makes you deeply empathetic, insightful, and attuned to human connection. It's okay that you feel things so deeply. Your sensitivity isn't a burden, it's a bridge to others. The tension lives right there, seeing and feeling so much, while struggling to simply let things be. The good news? You don't have to force your mind into total silence. That's rarely possible anyway. The real shift is changing your relationship with your thoughts. Instead of fighting them, you learn to observe them, to gently create a little distance. You can say, "My mind is generating worry again," instead of instantly believing every thought. Simple grounding helps too. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear. Feel your feet on the floor. Come back to the present moment. Over time, these small practices teach your vigilant mind. The world is safer now. It's okay to rest. Your tendency to think too much isn't proof that something's wrong with you. It's actually evidence of how adaptive, protective, and caring your mind has always tried to be. You've never been too much. You've only been protecting what mattered most. And that deserves kindness, not criticism. If you recognize yourself in any of this, the late night replays, the endless what ifs, the deep empathy that sometimes feels heavy, know this: you're not alone. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which part of this felt most familiar? Or what small shift are you considering trying this week?